We call these segments simply Capital Spotlight. We essentially turn the spotlight on a member of the General Assembly and discuss some of the things they've been working on and its impact on you, the Rhode Island citizen. And it gives me a good deal of pleasure to welcome back a gentleman who has appeared with us many times before, the Honorable State Representative Michael Chippendale. Representative, it's good to see you.
Good to see you as well, Dave. Thank you very much for having me.
And I know you've been busy, not only with your work here under the dome, but you've been out in the community. Most recently, you were asked to serve as a Master of Ceremonies and inspirational speaker to a charitable group here in Rhode Island that was sponsoring a liver walk that was promoting liver disease and creating awareness and raising money. Tell us about that event.
Yeah, that was a great event, Dave. It's a Massachusetts organization that represents all of New England, and they're really trying to break into the Rhode Island market, if you will. They're an advocacy group for those with liver disease, and also they help to raise awareness to prevention, et cetera, et cetera. This was their first event in Rhode Island. It was at Goddard Park, and it was a tremendous success. I was very, very honored to be a part of that.
Is this an organization you've been involved with before? How did you happen to become a part of this?
Well, interestingly enough, it's the American Liver Foundation. I was not a part of the organization before, but they read a story in the paper that was related to the incident on the House floor where I had a medical issue, and they were able to glean from the article that I have liver disease as well. So they just out of the blue asked me if I'd do it, and so we developed a relationship from there.
Well, I'll tell you what, congratulations. It sounded like it was a very successful event. You know, again, as we move into the home stretch of session 2012, the budget will soon be finalized. Do you have any early thinking? You want to do any odds making or pontificating about what will happen with this year's budget?
You know, I don't gamble. I don't do odds, so I'm not going to be so bold as to make any predictions. But I made a promise to my constituents that I would never vote for a budget with a tax increase. So that will be my rudder in guiding me. Of course, the individual articles each have their own impact on the communities and the state. So every single article, every single amendment will be taken on its own individually, and I will vote accordingly.
What about, so then let me just make sure I'm clear on this. If there's any type of tax increase on any type of item, you'll vote no.
That's correct, Dave.
Okay, now what about municipal aid? Where do you stand on that particular issue?
Well, as you are probably aware, I have three distinct towns in my district, and they run the gamut from what the formula says is distressed all the way up to a very financially healthy community. So for me on this municipal aid package, I have to balance the needs and the desires of my three towns. And I really do have to see where the amendments are, what they mean, how they impact it, before I can make a solid vote. But in communication with my communities, and I'm going to do the will of the people and the best job that I can for them.
You know, again, one of the positives out of this tough economic time has been that revenue projections seem to be a little better than originally forecast. That has to be good news. Do you see that as maybe an uptick in our economy? Necessarily, I don't think that would be a long-term indicator. As a short-term issue, I think that money should not be counted on. It should be discluded altogether, set aside if possible, and not even put into the formula because of the volatility of this economy. We really cannot count on unanticipated revenues. I really don't think that would be a smart move. We have to bank that stuff away and use it properly and smartly in the future. Well, and we don't often get a mega ball winner here in Rhode Island either.
Yeah, that's a fact.
and that threw a lot of money
it did.
To our state's direction.
But we cannot, and I emphasize this, we cannot continue to solve the state's problems with one-time fixes, and that certainly is a one-time fix. I would never advocate for using any such money, a one-time sort of a windfall, if you will, for plugging any holes whatsoever. We need structural salvation. We have to fix the foundation of this building so the state does not crumble around it.
Representative Chippendale, you always answer our call. Thank you so much for joining us today. I wish you and your colleagues in the Rhode Island House the very best.
Anytime, Dave. Thank you very much.
And of course, thank you too for watching. For Capital Spotlight, I'm Dave Barber.